So now open our product.component.html file from the product folder, and in this HTML let's remove the pre-written HTML, and first of all let's create a back button, router link, and if we click on the back it should navigate to our home page and back. Alright, so under it let's add heading, add new product. After the heading let's create a form. Form has an ID, so let's name it form new product, and the name will be the same, form new product. And after that we need to write its form identifier. So let's write hash product data equals to ng form. Alright, and after that let's within the brackets let's write ng submit, close the bracket, equals to call a function that we are going to define in our TypeScript file, that is product.component.ts file. So let's name the function add new product, and we are going to send the data product data dot value. Alright, this product data is coming from this product data. Okay, so inside this form let's create a label name, and after the label let's create input type equals to text, name equals to name, ID equals to name, and placeholder name. And after that we need to write ng model, and this is how we are going to fetch the data of these input text boxes within this product data from ng form. So we need to write a keyword called ng model and br. So let's copy this line and paste it, change the label from name to color, and change the name color, copy this color, change the ID and placeholder, and keep the ng model keyword. And after these labels let's create an input type equals to the submit, and value equals to add product, and this is the button. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on add product. We can see that this form has been generated, the name, color, and add product. All right, so I think that style should work if we click on the styles.css. all right, so let's go back, reload it, back, add product. So well, we can see the styles later on. Now let's create a function in our TypeScript file, and the function name should be add new product. So let's open up our product.component.ts file, and same as we did in our home component, we need to first import few things. So import HTTP, and we need response, we might need headers from angular-http. Okay, so within this constructor let's create the HTTP instance, private HTTP of the class HTTP. And after the constructor let's create an object and name it product object, and this is of type object. This is how we define the properties in TypeScript. And let's add, for now that's pretty much fine. I wanted to do validations, but let's add the validation later. So now let's add new product function and this function is going to receive a product, and this dot product obj equals to name product dot name, and the color product dot color. Okay, so we have created an object, and after that let's call it. So this dot http dot post, this is the post request, and we need to / localhost /tetra5 / products. This is the instance, and after that we need to pass the data, and this dot product object is the data dot subscribe response and inside it we are going to receive the data. So let's add console.log, and we can fetch data. We don't want to show it or bind it to our HTML, we just want to update our database. Okay, so let's save it, move back and reload it. There is no error, so let's write and try to add. Let's write mic, and it has a white color, and click on add product. There is an error, add new product is not a function. So let's open up, let's save it again. I think we need to run our project again, because sometimes it doesn't show up in our. So let's go and reload it again, and I will write mic and white. So let's click on add product. Internal server error, can't read property ID of undefined. The reason is that by default, when we fetch the data using this JSON server, we didn't add the IDs to these default products. Okay, so this is why it is showing me an error. So let's add 1, 2 and 3. So let's 2 and 3. So let's save it. Let's run our JSON server again so that it get the data from that updated file. So it has run. Now let's go back and reload it, the JSON server, and see if the updated products have the IDs. So ID 1, 2 and 3. So let's reload it, go back, and we can see the IDs. So let's add product, and I'm going to name it mic and white and add product, and there is no error. If we go back, we can see that the new product has been added. Okay, so these 3 products have the IDs that we defined by default, and after that the IDs of the later product are being added by the JSON server. Okay, so now our product has been added. Now what if we want to show a message that product has been added or not, and we want to validate it? So let's go back, and we can see that it has been updated as well. So right now let's add a confirmation string of type string, and it has a message new product has been added, and is added to check if our product has been added when we want to show our message. So is added, and is added needs to be true when our product is added. So is added equals to the true, and we need to write this keyword before it as well. So this dot added. Let's come back to our product.component.html file, and below this form let's add a BR, and after that let's add h3, and if when we want to show a confirmation string message, so we need to add and check it with an if equals to is added. When this added is true, then show this message. Okay, So this message is going to be bind with a confirmation string coming from that thing. So let's go and reload it and add a new product coat, and that has a red color. Let's add product and go back, add product. It doesn't show because again, because of some reason it doesn't make the changes. So I need to go back and run it again. So I have run my project again. Now let's go back and reload it, and if I write something, let's say I want to add a mouse that has a blue color, and if I click on add product, it has shown me a message, new product has been added. If I go back, and these are the products that are added, so our new product is working fine. Alright, so now let's add our delete functionality. I'm going to add a new column right after these name and color, and if I click on delete, it's going to show me a confirmation message. If I click OK, it's going to delete that particular product. Okay, so in order to do that, let's open up our project again, and let's close these product things. Okay, so right here I need to add a th, an empty heading, and I need to write a td, and that column is going to have a delete text. So let's add our delete text. So delete, and in this td I'm going to add a click event, and click event is it's going to call a delete product function, and I'm going to send the ID, and ID is going to identify that which product needs to be deleted. We can send any other unique property, but so let's go to our TypeScript file, and before writing that function delete product, we need to add something right here after constructor. So we need to first identify which product needs to be deleted, and that needs to be stored in an ID of type number. And let's create headers equals to new headers, and I need to write the type of, that is the content type, and that is JSON type. So application/JSON. Alright, so now let's come down, and I'm going to copy this function, paste it, remove the inner things, and I'm going to name it delete product. Let me check if it's the same, delete product and delete product. Alright, so in order to delete the product, let's add if condition confirm, that is going to pop up a message, are you sure? So inside if, let's create a const URL, and let's add this and $, within the brackets http://localhost:/products and double quotes, curly braces, slash, and the $ID. ID needs to be in curly braces, so that is the ID. So this is it. I need to send the ID as well from here. Okay, so let's save it, make sure there is no error. So make sure you add these I don't know what this character is called. It's just in the upper numeric keys on the top left corner. Okay, so I need to write return this .http delete request, and I need to use URL. I need to pass the headers, this headers to promise then and within this then this fetch data, because once I delete it I want to reload and fetch the data again to see the changes. So that has been saved. Now we need to go to HTML and let's add this delete text within an anchor tag. Okay, cut and paste and go back, and you can see it has become blue. And you need also go to style.css and add the color blue to the anchor tag and add the hover selector and add the cursor to pointer and color to blue. So as I'm writing the CSS, let's change this style as well and make it a little bit bigger. So let's go to the style, and same as we did with this table, let's copy it and paste it, and I'm going to change the selectors to form label input. I don't need a border, and let's add the padding and the font size. Okay, and to the input let's add the margin top 10 pixels. Okay, so let's save it. I don't need the colon right here, and go back so you can see that it has been updated. So let's go back, and if I click on the delete, this function should be called and it is sending an ID and needs to show me are you sure. If I click on yes, then it should delete that particular data and should call the fetch data and reload my table again. So if I click on delete, it has shown me are you sure. If I cancel, it hasn't deleted anything. If I click delete and if I click OK, response with type, actually I didn't define this promise. In order to define the promise, I need to add something above. So I need to write import single quotes rxjs slash add slash operator slash to promise. So make sure you import this statement as it is, because without it we won't be able to use this to promise right here. So let's save it. Let's save the HTML and go to project, click on delete and click OK. There is an error uncaught in promise response with status. So let's go back and see the errors. Actually we added an extra curly braces right here. Okay, and we needed to add a curly braces here rather than the bracket, and make sure you write it as it is. So let's save it again, and now click on delete and click OK. So you can see this product has been deleted. Click on delete and click cancel. It hasn't deleted anything. Now let's delete this 3, delete, click, and this has been deleted. Now let's add a product, and let's add hat and orange. Let's add a product has been added, and this hat and orange has been added with an incremental ID to this table. Okay, so let's delete the 6th one, delete. So delete is working fine. Now we are done with get, post and delete. Now we need to go to our project and write the code for updating a particular product, and for that we need to create a new component.